I heard that you're about to receive the greatest love of all time. This message is for the lovers, strictly for the lovers. And if you are a lover boy, lover girl, lover they, lover them, this one is for you especially. And if you have found this message, I just want you to be prepared to start receiving and to receive the greatest love of all time. Whatever that may feel like for you, whatever that may look like for you. But right now, what we're gonna do to tap into this energy, what I want you to do is close your eyes. Close your eyes for just a second, and I want you to imagine the feeling of what the greatest love of all time would feel like. And take a deep breath. Wow, that feels good. That feels really good. I love being in the energy of love. And the entire universe is love. That is the universal language of God, of the Most High. That is the universal language. And when I say you're drawing in the greatest love of all time, I just don't mean in a romantic sense. I mean in a general sense, but especially in a romantic sense as well. You see, love is just not romantic in nature, it is just your entire being. But what I'm hearing and what I've been hearing and urging to get out to you guys is that in order for you to tap into this greatest energy of love of all time for you, you have to meet that energy where it's at. Right now, you're not showing up in the way that shows that greatest love of all time, that you're ready to receive it. Are you ready to receive the greatest love of all time? Would you be prepared if it showed up right now and it knocked on your front door and you opened the door? Would you be willing to let it in? Or is there barriers around your heart? Is there barriers around your door? Are there locks that are preventing you from opening the door to love? What's blocking you right now? I want you to tap into that energy of what may be blocking you right now from the greatest love of all time, because it's there. You are deserving of the greatest love of all time, because guess what? You are the greatest love of all time. And the energy that I want to tap into is to let you know that you have to become your own greatest love of all time. Yes, you have to become your greatest love of all time. And what do I mean by that? You have to give that same energy to yourself that you would give to the other version of yourself that would show up on that front door and knock on the door and ask you to let it in. But first you have to let yourself in. Wow. But first you have to let yourself in before you can let the greatest love of all time in, you see? And what does the greatest love of all time even mean to you? That's a rhetorical question because I can't answer that for you. Everybody's love is different, but it's all the same. And it's a beautiful feeling when you are stepping into divine union with another partner, with another person. It's a beautiful thing. And I just want you to know that is coming very soon. But what you must do first is to show up in that nature with yourself, because it cannot reveal itself until you've revealed the same energy within you. That love that you so wholeheartedly want, desire, is out there. You see, we live in a world that is constantly expanding, unfolding. The future version of this greatest love already exists, but it's up to us to maybe decide. We have a choice of what that greatest love is going to look like. So right now, if you're someone who's single and ready to mingle, and you're you haven't found that one, that person for you that feels like they resonate with you the most, that's okay. That's completely okay, because I want you to know it's coming. And it's coming like a storm, and it will not stop. But you have to get prepared. You have to get the supplies that you need, and you need to build yourself up internally so that you can be prepared to receive. You have to be honest and truthful with yourself to ask yourself, am I prepared to receive the greatest love of all time? Am I mentally, physically, spiritually prepared to receive that? I can have the desire, the want to call it in, but it doesn't mean I am equipped to handle it. Because you see, a lot of people will say, you fumbled the bag, right? You fumbled the bag when you get with somebody and you're not ready to hold them, all of their greatness. But all of their greatness is just a reflection of your greatness. So that is why I say you have to hold yourself, hold your own energy, stay strong in that energy to be able to hold that other energy, that greatest love energy. You see, in order to be able to hold the greatest love of all time, we have to be able to hold the greatest love of all time within ourselves. We can't call in something that we aren't ready to receive and keep it. You're not going to be prepared. How much of that vibration are you ready to receive? Because I don't know about you, but there's been plenty of situations that I've gotten in and I haven't been ready to receive it, and it didn't last. And sometimes some things aren't meant to be there for a long time. They were just meant to be there for a good time. Hold on one second. I got to reach for my tea. I put it a little far. Oh, boy. There we go. Bring it a little closer. Got the tea a little closer. Okay. Stir that around. You know you got to grab some tea when you're catching a message, okay? That's it. So it's so interesting that like you could really be in a space to want the union and the partnership of someone else, but at the same time not be ready. And we have to be completely honest with ourselves. Am I ready to receive someone who would give me all of the things that would meet me where I am and give me all that I desire? Am I ready for that? And it's that true vulnerability with self that will allow you to evaluate where you are. You need to self-evaluate so that you can understand that I need to prepare myself. And even in the physical ways, right? You're single and you don't allow yourself to go out on dates by yourself. You don't allow yourself to do certain things because you're not in a relationship, but you have to act as if you already are in the energy of that love. And so if I'm already operating within the energy of that love, I'm taking care of myself because I want to show up and be presenting handsome, beautiful, however you want to say. I want to show up and be looking good. I want to be taking care of my body, my nutrition, my mental health, my spiritual health, not only just for myself, but for my union. I want to be doing all those things, and I'm going to do those things right now. I'm not going to wait till I get into a partnership to go on dates, to do things that I love to do. I am not going to wait for someone else to show up physically for me to be in the energy of love, romantic love. So this is why I say you must be in the energy with self first. And I know we hear this a lot of times and it has become cliche, but it is true, because this is true with any other thing. It is true that you have to be in the energy to receive abundance even before the abundance shows up physically, right? That's good. I'm drinking the bitter tea again. Got to get rid of them parasites. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Cheers. So, are you in the spirit and the energy of love? And are you prepared to receive that love when it comes? It can be a scary thing when someone shows up in your life and you don't even know where it came from. And then you're like, wow, I don't even got my stuff together. I'm not prepared. Well, get prepared now. I want you to understand, this is your message and your warning from the Most High, from your higher self. Like, I am just a reflection of you. And then this is you telling you that you need to get prepared right now, because you're about to receive the greatest love of all time, romantically. Amongst other things, the greatest love of all time showing up in the universe as well. But we're talking about romantic love today. But you're about to receive that. All you have to do is show up in that energy first in order to really draw and call it in. Because the greatest love of all time cannot show up on your doorstep. I'm not going to lie. It cannot show up on your doorstep. There may be versions of love that will be accepting of your unpreparedness, but that won't be the greatest love of all time. The greatest love of all time will come to you when you are at the same energetic frequency as it. It will come when it knows that it has an energetic match. And we always say that I want to meet my match. Yes, you do want to meet your match, and you want to meet your energetic match. But in order to meet your energetic match, you got to be lit too. That's crazy. You have to be lit too. If your flame ain't even flaming, how you guys gonna set fires together? They're gonna have to keep lighting your flame. You need to be lit as they are lit. And it's giving it a little twin flaming energy, but we ain't gonna get into titles. But in order to call in this great love to you, which is already existing on a timeline, which I love to say, it's already existing on a timeline. It's there. I feel it. It exists. And this is, like I told you, this is just your higher self letting you know this is a confirmation for maybe the things that you've been feeling, or maybe you've been feeling a little down about love. That doesn't help either. Maybe you've been feeling like, man, people always do me wrong and always get done dirty, or I never meet people who are, just on my level, or do these things that, I desire, and this and that and that and this. If you stay in that energy, meaning only contemplating and pondering on the things that people don't do and how they don't show up, and you're in this negative energy and you just think the dating pools is just trash, and you don't believe in the possibility of meeting someone who could meet your desires and be the one for you, that will resonate for you, you're not going to call that energy in. You're only going to call in energy that meets you in a place of negativity. So of course you're going to keep drawing in people that aren't energetic matches to you. The flame is going to be lit at first, and then it's going to go out. The water is going to splash on it, and it's going to go out. So I know you're tired of meeting people that aren't your energetic match. It's tiring. You're tired. I feel the drain and the tiredness, but what this message is reminding you that it's coming in. And it's a reminder that you are one step away. And that one step may have a couple steps, little steps, sub steps, okay? You are very, very close to a timeline to where you're calling in the greatest love of all time. But in order to call that energy in, you have to become your greatest love of all time, because when you do that, it allows that energy to come in. There's no resistance. When there's resistance, there's pushback. When there's resistance, it's not going to flow. It's not going to come. It's just like with anything else, abundance, all these other things. Love is the same thing. Love is a frequency. Love is a universal source. You're calling in your godly union, a version of yourself, because that person is going to reflect back you. That person is going to reflect back you. But if you haven't seen your own light in your own greatness, and you don't believe you deserve love, or you don't believe you deserve whatever the case may be, how are you going to meet your greatest love? How are you going to meet the thing that you aren't even acknowledging within yourself? You can't. You can't. You cannot bring in something that you haven't acknowledged within yourself. It has to be acknowledged within the self first. It has to be. It has to be. I mean, not knock over that candle now. I even set the mood. I lit my candle because we're talking about romance, you know? So, yeah. One thing about me, I love love. I love being in the energy of love, whether it be romantic or not, but I just love love. And when you are in a romantic energy, and I know this is true for you too, you feel more creative, you feel more inspired, you feel more driven, because that love is what drives every single one of us. And when you have someone outside of yourself that is a physical manifestation of your greatest and highest version of you, that's gonna inspire you. That's gonna wanna drive you to be a better person automatically. It's gonna drive you to just want to do better. And so this is just such a beautiful thing, because I can already see how amazing and how beautiful this union that you're calling in is going to be. And you don't even know that you're calling it in, because some of you are intentionally calling in and other people are unintentionally calling in. Your higher selves are calling it in, but your conscious self, your human self isn't even aware. But you found this message, and it's your higher self giving you a little inkling about what is coming next for you. Love, romantic love, is in order for you. It's in the works. It's always been there, but I just want you to remember one thing, that you are love and you are light, and everything that you've ever desired has always been inside you this entire time, and nothing has ever changed from the very moment that you were born into this world. Nothing has ever changed. Nothing. Absolutely nothing has ever changed since the moment you were born. And you deserve for someone to show up in your life and be a reflection of the highest version of yourself. And I'm not talking about right now shadow work and doing all these things. I gave up on that. I realized that it's draining to feel like you just gotta constantly work on yourself. I acknowledge aspects of me In both the dark and the light, I face both. Say that to yourself. I face both. And when I face all of me, I allow my true, authentic self to shine in the world. And when I show up authentically, when I show up in my true colors, when I show up as myself, I allow all things to show up for me, and I allow the energy of love to be reflected in another physical human being, because that is my gift. I deserve to be loved because of how the way I love. You deserve for someone to show up for you in the same ways that you show up for them. You deserve that. Love is a beautiful thing. And when I say love is a beautiful thing, I mean you. We are all love, Because what are we without the fleshly human sack that we live in? Love. And what is love? Love is a frequency, an internal frequency, a vibration. So I want you to start getting prepared for the greatest love of all time, because it's going to be knocking on your door any minute now. That's the end of the message for the Light of Jah. And I'll see you guys next time. Ashe and amen.